Okay, you are on.
All right, we are calling the Boardman Park and Rec District meeting to order at 6:03 on November 28, 2023. Let's go ahead and do roll call. Myself, Krista Price.
John, Chrissy.
Luis Campos.
Big board.
The owl is not working. George Scheimer, CEO.
Pico Vegas.
Brad White.
Are we recording?
It says it's recording, but it's not picking up the owl for some reason. So just give me a second.
I'll give you some tech support, but that's out of my,
Favorite.
they asked me today about something. I'm glad you talked to. George. You have to go to more,
They're all gone.
The packet,
Oh, these?
more, and then go to
the whole box.
audio.
The audio.
Will be now be, oh, it says that your default speaker has changed to echo canceling,
Here's the packet.
meeting owl. But it's not picking you up. You gotta do your, I guess you gotta go to your. Can I come over and help?
Yep, please do. Mm-hmm.
Just really want to have it when you told me you can have everything set in.
There it is.
There, thank you.
Yeah. Oops. Here's the. Recording. Forget it.
Do you think we were recording the first time? It just didn't have the owl on it?
It said it was recording. It just didn't have
Okay.
the owl. So I'm sure we're gonna have it. If
Okay.
you want to restart it, it won't hurt anything.
No, maybe just jot down the attendance.
Okay.
And it was 6:03 when we called it to order.
Okay.
So, has the board read your meeting agenda, and does anybody have any comments on it? If not, I'll take a motion to approve the meeting agenda.
I'll move that we approve this meeting agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alrighty, doesn't look like, we don't have anybody online, correct?
No.
Okay, so we don't have any public comment, obviously, since there's no one here. Minutes of the previous board meeting, has the board read through the previous minutes?
Yeah.
When someone's ready, I'll take a motion to approve them.
I motion to approve the year board meetings minutes.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed unanimously. As far as the financials go, we are not gonna have the financials this month, with the exception, obviously, of our transaction histories for the accounts. And we'll make up for that and review those in the January meeting. We do,
I did ask Shelby to go ahead as soon as she has everything done, to send it out to you.
yeah, okay, and we do have obviously our payment coming up in December. That you'll notify us, bank will notify us, somebody will notify us when they need a signer, right?
Yep.
Okay,
I just need someone on the 15th to go down there with me and sign it.
Thank you, yellow banner.
Banner.
That's Banner.
Yeah, just holler, one of us will be available.
Yep.
Did the board go through the checking history? Do you have any questions about any of these debits and credits that are shown on the transaction history that we do have in front of us?
Yeah, what was the quality machine for?
What number are you looking at? What date?
1017.
What page are you on?
Page
Page
nine.
three,
Page
Page
3?
eight?
3.
3?
Three?
Well, that's what it says on my. It says page 3 right there.
Oh, you're.
Oh.
Okay, that'll be page 7.
Oh,
page
page
7.
9. Oh my god.
Page 9?
I was looking at the little.
And what was the
69,000.
the transfer? Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be for the fish cleaning
Okay.
station.
I didn't know where that was gonna come from.
That's a big one.
That's
Yeah.
a big one. Any others?
Um,
I didn't see that one, but I just saw the one that was 10/20/23 for 50,000.
In 2023, 50.
Page
10.
Transfer that.
Those are,
the
Are those-
deposit, that's a deposit. Right?
Yeah, oh.
this is the cash journal for the Banner Bank checking.
So see, transfer.
I thought that was a transfer in.
It's a transfer.
Yeah, it
industry. I'm
Yeah,
trying to think of
she would have pulled that
That is.
from the
the LGA.
LGIP,
Yeah,
yeah, because she needed to pay
that would have
bills,
been,
is usually what it's for.
Oh, okay.
when we get to this time of the year. Right before we start getting our tax money, we're down to the bottom,
Oh, okay.
so.
And you'll see right above that, she was paying out, Oregon Department of Revenue quite a bit, so I'm sure she pulled that to make sure she had enough to cover all of her funds. And I do get I get those notices when she pulls that money.
Oh, okay.
Grace, from the government pool. I
Okay.
can see when she pulls money
I was
from that.
And that's a good coverage. That get notified like that.
Yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
it's set up that way.
Obviously our camping history on page 12.
If you look at that on October, if you just look through the previous years
Okay.
or October on that, on page 12, we're up. And so I'm like, I like seeing that.
Yeah, the sites aren't, you know what I mean? The sites are about normal as what they were last year, just that we're charging more this year,
Yep. So,
which is great.
and I can tell you just currently, we're not quite half full right now on that. But we still get people popping in. We had 6 last weekend that just pop in. So,
Are we winterized?
So we
yeah,
are,
oh yeah, everything, all that is done.
so we're back down under, like between 2016, 2015, 2016 on numbers
Which,
for October.
What page?
We're almost at the lowest. 4 campsites rented by fiscal year.
yeah,
Page 12.
I mean, our lowest are in the 900s on this 10-year graph.
Mhm.
So our highest you could see is 18, 13 and 21, 22.
Mhm.
We're, that'd be good to see what our median is over the 10 years. I'll get that, I'll figure that out and start putting that on there.
Anyway, it's nice.
So about 700.
Yeah.
What
So,
are our- Oh, and we have, when do we see the tax money come in? Is that December?
the end of November, first part of December, it'll be here.
So we'll see that on our January
Mhm.
books.
Yep. Page 13 is the attendance by scans. And you can tell that, we're had the closure started, so we ran this report after the 19th. And we were closed all the way through till this week because of the resurfacing.
You know what, I didn't see any complaints on Facebook,
Not yet.
about the closure.
No, we really didn't.
We
We-
extended everybody to.
Yeah, we didn't cut off their pay period, if they paid up to the month, we extended that out the 2 weeks for
Yeah,
them.
paused everybody.
Yeah. We're not there to rip people off.
Yeah. It was nice to see that nobody was complaining like they usually do on Facebook. So.
I think that, Tico did a good job of getting the advertisement out early.
Mhm.
I think she, we let everyone know. And we tried to, the other point was, those that wanted to get into lift weights. We got it opened up when we said we were going to on that next Monday for them. And we weren't really actually ready, in my opinion. I mean, it was still cluttered because we had stuff from the gym that was out in the hallways and stuff, but people were really good to work with us on that number.
Let's take a motion to approve the financials that are in front of us with the exception, we'll just make a notation in the minutes that we didn't have the actual account balances. But that we did look at the transaction history.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes with it.
Financials,
Finance.
with the exception of the balances.
The balances.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed unanimously. We are on to old business district policy update.
Okay, just let you know what I'm doing. I've been in contact with some other CEOs. The one I'm really trying to get done is the trespass one right now. And talking, no one's got a trespass ordinance, I mean, a policy. So I can tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put in there that technically by law, any of the employees can trespass anyone off the business, off our property. But I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna put it in that they have to go through their managers to get, like if she's not at the site and there's someone causing a scene that the need should be trespassed, then they contact their manager so that they have backing of that. And then, but the managers have full say to trespass someone off our property as needed, along with myself. So the policy will say something like that. This is the two girls that we've been dealing with this year. I've talked to the one is now cleared her probation. Okay, the other one will clear it till later on, but I know that they're gonna move her up. Originally, it was supposed to be in June. They're talking on moving her up.
In your plan, who has superseding authority? You do,
It will be
obviously,
me.
correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it'll say that in the policy that I will have the say on releasing a trespass
Okay,
that's been put into place. The CEO will,
okay.
not George, but the
All right.
CEO.
Yeah, just send it on to us through
Yep.
email so we can review it ahead of time and then
Okay.
just make sure it hits the agenda.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, the other policies, I can tell you this month, we didn't even get it, we didn't have a managers meeting this entire month between going to the conference and then coming back and then Shelby leaving as she did. So we've been, and then doing the stuff at the rec center. So we have not had a chance to have even a manager meeting to go over any policy. So that is, we're moving on forward to get that done as quickly as possible for you guys. And we actually have a meeting tomorrow that we will be working on it as well. Okay, I don't know if we can do this.
Is that it for the policy?
That is it for the policy.
All right. New business, archive, social media.
Okay, so the law for public records includes social media. And this is one of the things that you can't rely on any of the social media platforms to have keep their records. So if someone comes and requests a public record from us on whatever they want, on the chats that are on with Facebook, and they request over something, which we know in our town, that's happened a lot lately. If we don't have them saved for the amount of time that the state government is telling us, then it becomes a he said, she said situation. And I want to prevent us from being in a lawsuit. Okay. So I reached out to, there's an agency called Archive Social. They do the archiving of records that is on social media. So anything that we post up, even if someone takes it down, they have a record of it. If someone makes a post and later on they delete it, we have a record of it.
And you're talking about somebody in the park, right? With the park
It could be anybody, anyone that puts something on
on your page.
our page.
Okay.
Yep.
Why are we allowing for people to put stuff on our page? Why
You have
can't
to.
it just be a one-sided, here you go, this is what we're offering, call this number if you have questions?
Because I know
Our
the Warren
website, we
County
can
Health
do that.
Department doesn't allow any commenting on their page.
That's a good question. To me, it's a way of getting feedback from the public of, things that they like. Let me show you an example here. I did.
Cause they just post things and you can't comment on it. So.
I
why
thought there
do
was
we
some,
have
I
to?
I thought there was some differences between a website and like your Facebook page or other social media.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
so
talking
if
about
it-
social media, so like on Facebook.
What do we have besides Facebook? We have Snapchat.
You guys have Instagram?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are linked. We have,
I
what's
follow
the-
them.
You
on
have
Snapchat.
Instagram?
Yeah.
You don't have Snapchat?
They have a TikTok show.
The only thing they did on Snapchat.
Who's in charge of posting?
Is, and I used to.
We use, our marketing person now. She posts, she'll link everything together. And that's really who does the posting for us at this point. So,
Hmm.
I think you guys all
So-
are missing is the Instagram.
no, I think we have.
Oh, you guys have one?
Yeah,
Oh, I
we
haven't
have
seen that one.
Instagram.
Come on, get with the game.
So when they post, are they posting public? Because I've never seen those
Are they posting in public?
publicly. So if I'm not their friend and I'm not following them, I can still see their story.
Should be able to, yeah.
It's not private.
Yeah, it's not yeah, we're
Okay,
not
I don't
blocking
get,
it.
I don't get on Snap a lot. I'm just saying.
It's literally Boardman, Park and Rec all together.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Instagram.
That's the right one. I've got too many tabs open right now.
And we don't have to have like the school has where you have to have something signed saying that you can take pictures of people inside your facility? Is that part of our application?
It's
For
part of
membership?
It is. And on every program we do, it's in there. Teams and line members.
Oh, yeah.
I just gotta get to the right one.
Holy.
Wow.
That's a lot
George,
of tabs.
that is- Hold on, I'm just gonna go have dinner. I'll be right back.
No, she just sent them to me. I thought
I thought I had a lot of tabs.
So the gist of this conversation is that you have a place that can
archive, and they,
archive your social media.
I checked with some others. We know that Hermiston, their park and rec, the city, the state, we got state
What's the
agencies.
retention period?
It depends on, that's a good question, because some of them, there's 2 years, some are 5 years, and the longest is 6 years. So obviously, we're gonna keep them for 6 years, and so we don't have to worry about which one. We gotta have just for 2 years, and we'll just save it for 6, and then go off after that.
How much is that service gonna cost the park district?
There is a cost. It is,
Not free.
it's not, no, nothing's free. We get 1,600 records. It is $41.88 a year, $4,188 a year
1,600 records?
per month. So any polls, anything we put out, anything that's put
Okay,
on
per
from
month.
us is per month.
Okay.
Yeah. And she showed us,
Well, it's only
We would be
$41, then great.
Yeah.
That's not,
no.
So did this all come about because somebody requested our record?
No, we have not had that happen to us. This is
Okay.
preventative
Okay.
because I can tell you, we have been approached by people that do public records. And I don't want to take a chance that we don't have something that they can go back and say,
how do the archivists have access to them?
their company,
Yes.
um,
How do they get access to our records to save them?
well, that's a good question. It's on social, it's just on.
Are
it's
they
on-
monitoring it then, I take it? Or,
I would say in a sense, they've just take whatever goes out and theirs is a real time saving. That was one thing that they did point out is that it's not every 4 hours, they do a shot of it. It's when it happens, if there's a change, their computer system is able to take an instant snap of every new change
Okay.
when it happens.
So basically, if the park district does something that blows up the community, they're gonna snap it every time somebody posts something.
Anytime
So
there's a hit on
1,600 could go pretty quick once if we did something,
major,
newsworthy.
yeah,
Okay,
that makes sense?
yeah,
Okay, so I just wanted to give you an update on that and, cause to me, it's something we need to do,
okay, fair enough.
okay?
What's the price? No, I mean, just,
4,000.
it's 4,000 a year.
4,188 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, divide that
I thought
by
you said
12.
41.
Oh, I
Oh,
think you
that's
said
why I was-
41. You said $41.
No,
41.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to,
4,100.
sorry,
That's all like.
$4,188 a year. To do
you said
this.
$41, I was like, oh.
That's a lot of money.
Mhm.
But it's a lot less if.
it was in
court and we
don't play a lawsuit
out.
Yeah, maybe you should think about limiting, not having people be able to comment on your website.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then you wouldn't have to pay that.
And then they can just message you and then that won't. I mean, how many people comment? Do a lot of people, I don't see a lot of comments, I don't see a
I
lot,
wouldn't say we get a lot of comments,
Yeah, I
but
would
you know,
just-
like the,
I would just say messages for question.
sure, I think we can put that on there on our main front page. If you have comments, contact us. You know, if you got questions or concerns, contact us. And we
Still
can,
gonna have it
Mhm.
archived, don't we?
Right, you're still.
No. You don't archive phone calls.
not the phone calls, no, but
But we're gonna have to
We
archive
have-
our posts,
our post,
because we don't know that tomorrow Facebook could lose their whole data.
So,
And if somebody comes and asks us, we still need to have.
Are those
proof of
not
what
it?
We've been putting out.
So you might, actually, we had a conversation with the city about
But
this,
if we
because
can't comment.
someone brought it up about having Facebook and they looked into it. And they said, just the fact that they have a Facebook, they have to keep records of it. You might
Oh, yeah.
want to reach out to.
oh, I can tell you, we have to keep records. That part we have to do.
You might,
It's just that we don't have any form to archive it. There's no way for us to archive it.
I think Brandon looked
All right,
into it when he
whatever.
first got here, if you want to reach out to him.
$4,100.
But we don't have to, we can't act on it tonight anyway.
No, and I'm just giving you a heads up on it anyway, on this, so.
Well, there's nothing for us to act on. It's within your budget to do it if you want to do it. You're just letting us know.
Yep.
Okay,
Fine.
So,
so we can gripe about it.
Easy.
All right,
Let's do a fundraiser and raise those $4,000.
okay.
yeah, you want to
We're
see our
gonna be
social
okay.
media, pay for the retention policy. All right, building bond, David Bohr.
All right, in my new position, I've had lots of conversations with different people. We had a youth sports meeting last Monday. I think that we need to at least look into building. One, we need to, and I've said this before, look at it, floating a bond to expand our marina. I think we also need to look at building some kind of a, for the lack of a better word, a boys and girls club gym setup that has a couple gyms that we could construct. So if we needed to play indoor soccer, it would be built to sustain indoor soccer. We barely have enough gyms right now, and you could probably say we don't have enough gyms right now. If we grow all our youth program, we are going to be massively behind the wheel. And then if we started this process, by the time it happens, probably not gonna happen for 3 or 4 years, we're gonna be behind the 8 ball even more than. But that's kind of what I'm thinking, that we need to put a bond together. If we need to do upgrades at the rec center, I think we need another add-on there of a fitness room only, so we can take all the cardio out of the weight room. Cause that model, I don't know of any gym set up in the world that has the weightlifters and the cardio people in the same place. Cause they're just two different creatures for the most part. Some of them do crossover, but most people are either cardio or weightlifters. I think we need to upgrade because our community is growing so fast. I think now is the time we look into it. Get a plan together, when some of these new Amazons have built that are 100% bonded, I think we can convince our community. I think we can convince our community even if they weren't here, because I think they recognize we need more space. That's my 2 cents. But we definitely need to expand our park because our bottom line is getting tighter and tighter every year. We need to increase our revenue.
Do you remember, when they were debating on doing the rec center versus like a building down here? Just right on the bare
On the other
land
side,
here,
huh?
yeah, on the other side of the residence.
Okay.
You remember how big of a building that we were authorized for over here?
I don't,
I don't either.
because that was before me being on the board. I didn't remember you guys.
Oh,
talking.
it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
But
it-
you're looking for something that has like gym space, like something
It needs
big.
to be like a pole barn, but heavily enforced that we could play. We could have little kids basketball in there, we could do volleyball. I don't think we need volleyball at the moment. So it wouldn't, I mean, it could be a floor sim, it wouldn't even have to be necessarily a wood floor, it could be something similar to a multi-purpose floor. We just need a place for our little kids to go. Because I don't think monopolizing the rec center from 4 to 7 is good for the long term of our membership.
So did we ever, um, will we ever be given an opportunity, to know or to lease out the old fire hall?
That's,
That's been
but
changed.
it's not,
That has been
it's not big
changed.
enough to.
Yeah, that wouldn't, it's
I
not
mean, it could
falling
be
out.
like an arts and crafts, or, you know, do some of our educational stuff there, it's just not.
Not for
Big
tier
enough.
one.
Well, if you could maybe play kindergarten to second graders in there, it's not a very big building, I mean, you think it is. But when you look at it like a basketball court, you could put a regular basketball court in there. And then the ceiling,
Where are we gonna get land to put a basketball court is what I'm asking. I guess maybe
Well,
that's what I should have
I've
said.
been communicating with the city a little bit, just filling them out, there's land, I don't think finding land would necessarily be the biggest hurdle. I think there's enough land around here that, I mean, even if we had to buy a plot of land,
Have you talked to we should talk to BCDA. They have some thing in the works over there on Front Street, I think,
Oh, wow, just smash it. Right.
that might, you know,
Yeah, I talked to the city manager about this, and I know that he would like to see us put in, a multi-purpose building, that would include smaller gym setup, and also a kitchen setup,
that's what I think too.
okay?
Sorry to butt in,
Well,
but yeah, they need something that are for kids who don't play
Yep.
sports.
Yep.
Like they're,
and it would,
can't all be based around
we
basketball
talked
and
about that,
sports.
and it could be something that I could see, I've been approached by the full court dance groups that wanna come in, do dance practices and stuff. She's been hit up with that up there. I could see that being used for that purpose. Cooking classes,
You can rent it out, for- you can
You can rent it
rent
out.
Make money.
yeah,
Yeah,
it could be used,
Events,
it
I
could
mean,
be
has to
really,
be
Yeah.
multi-
Yeah,
Having a kitchen on there is great.
yeah,
That'd be awesome.
I know, it would
awesome.
be,
so,
be like a senior center, but big enough to play basketball.
Yeah, I mean, just all those other activities, there's just so many things we could do
yeah,
with that, I mean, like, yeah, it'd be awesome.
so, yeah, that's been talked about, the, a separate facility for indoor soccer. I know,
So in order to go out for a bond for any of this, we'd have to have a community survey to back it.
Yep.
So that'd be our first place to start, is some form of a community survey, because that'll be a requirement.
Yeah, we-
Chamber will do that for us.
yeah, I know that the chamber is doing a new meeting here coming up, sometime this month, I haven't heard them announce a date. I know next Monday, we're doing a recreational meeting to talk about what the public wants for recreation out of us. And so that part, we're gonna cover at that meeting on Monday.
It'd be nice if when they do the survey and, on some of those earlier surveys, they would just say. They would leave it really generic, like here, fill in a blank line, right?
Yeah.
And I'd really like to see it narrowed down, like if we hear already that people are wanting kitchen. Then put that as one of the options people could check, if they want another, multi-purpose basketball court, great. Put that as something somebody can check, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah, and I think we
give
could,
them 3 options they can choose
I
from,
do
or
know
4
that there was
options.
people wanting the sewing classes.
Right, exactly. There's
And
some lost arts there that would be good
Yeah.
for kids.
Yep.
Why isn't that in school anymore? That home ec?
It's all about financials from the state.
So,
yeah,
Bummer.
yeah,
Such
It is a
need,
bummer.
such a need.
I know, cause I used to sew.
but yeah, no, a survey would be good to start that out. We're gonna need that anyway for a bond and.
okay, we can start with a survey next week and at that meeting as well. I mean, cause that's what that is, we're trying to get that input from everybody, so.
Well, and I agree, I just wanted to say too, like, I think the separate building's great too, but just even looking at the rec. Like in terms of like trying to add on like
Upgrading.
a room or 2 rooms,
Mhm.
just because like. Our little party room it's tiny, it's
Mhm.
great, but it's tiny, and then there's
It's
not
really
enough.
not a party room,
Yeah.
it's like a meeting.
Do we
It's
have,
smaller than
we
this.
have a slope on one side. Do we have the ability to build on that side?
We still do, yeah, we've
Yes.
gone out there numerous times to look at it. If we need, if we went from the back at the weight room and went all the way to the corner of the gym, the
Yeah.
far corner, we'd have to build that up,
Yeah.
definitely, but even.
It's doable.
It's doable, even if we went out partway, we wouldn't have to build up at that point.
What about the other side?
The other side,
Off of the dance room. that
yep,
whole-
and heading west, you do the same thing, you could
Yeah.
head west and.
How many feet you think we could go west off that?
That one, I
From
think
the
you can go all the way, that one you can go
All the way to
all the
the
way
basketball
and be
court, yeah.
even with the edge of the south edge
The
of the the dance room or the aerobics room.
I just think about all the activities that we're having there now and like some of the classes and thinking about, I heard that dance might be something people, I mean.
Yep,
That's gonna take off here, cause there's a lot of kids that wanna do dance, like,
For sure.
I got a couple
Like,
kids.
we had to take Emery like a whole year to Hermiston every Monday.
to do the dance there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll-
it could become a big deal.
It'll
here.
be, it'll
lot
be
of kids
exciting to
wanna do it.
watch. Like I said, the folkloric dance group, they were practicing at Sam Boardman last night when I'm having
Yeah.
basketball practice, and that was awesome.
I bet.
They were listening to, I mean, they were beating the drum and they're dancing and you got the maracas going.
Mhm.
It was cool. And so for me, I'm going. That's
So
what
we
want.
don't necessarily though, if you only have those 2 points of expansion, right? One on the north and then one on the southwest side. Then those 2 points of expansion aren't big enough to do a gym, are they?
No,
No.
no,
You-
those
You're,
would not.
you're only talking about like room to expand dance, room to expand
Yeah.
weight like he's talking about. So we
Yeah.
still
I
need
think-
another.
You wouldn't be able to
facility.
do a retaining wall headed north. You see them everywhere, where there's just a Mino retaining wall. There's buildings everywhere.
Yeah, they're on the border too.
Yeah, you can't just do a Mino retaining wall right there, a big one. Headed north towards the,
I think the structure integrity of it would be so massive. To hold back that amount of dirt for that, I mean,
big
it would,
slope.
it would probably be cheaper for us to just. Build next door,
And have an extra space and
Yeah.
actually build it down,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which would be, that's not a problem either. Like,
That'd be kind of cool.
But
Because
see,
if you
my
still
vision
log
was
in
to
with the
build it
keycode.
on the south side of town. Somewhere,
Well, I was,
so you could have a nice parking lot around it, so if you had 4 basketball teams in there, a cooking class, I mean, the problem with the rec center, if we get it much bigger. There's some parking there, but to like host an AAU tournament there. Playing 4 games with teams coming and going, there's not even enough parking there. You know,
does anybody go to Sam Boardman? Your wife? Yeah, so
You guys see all that grass they have out there?
Out the back.
They don't even use half of that. Do
Okay.
they?
Well, they have recess and they have PE
All
out
the
there.
kids
so-
play over in the little, they only have one little gym area now. Like one
School
little,
district's never gonna,
Oh, you talking out back?
like, to
Yeah.
utilize that, you mean? Yeah, the school district wouldn't.
I know that
Like going that.
there is a piece
they
of
wanna
school
expand
property that
We'd
would
be
work.
better off, yeah.
We would, if we could get that somehow, that'd
is
be
it that
great.
one on
You
the?
talking about the
On the
corner?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, cause that's not
Okay.
really usable for anything else.
nope,
It's too small for a school.
yep.
Yeah,
And that would be, I mean, that might be something that
that'd
might
be
be,
a great spot, actually. Right off
So-
the main.
Some that, we're thinking about, so I mean, I'm with
walking
Dave
distance.
on the bond idea that, but again. I'll get hold of SDAO and say, hey, we're looking at this. I do know, we already have a bond on right now that we're paying for. And I know that it's not. You can have the two bonds, but what happens is this bond, they call it they refund. It's not refunding, but it's to refund it. And it pays for the first bond. So it's just brought in together, basically, the way it sounds like to me. The way
Did
it's
the
said.
city just have us sign a contract for the maintenance of or the upkeep of the property just south of the car wash?
Well,
Yeah,
they're gonna
they
do their new,
just-
park.
Yeah, that's gonna be,
That's gonna all be a park?
Yeah.
yeah, it's all
Yeah,
green
there'll be a park.
space underneath the power lines.
That's the contract that's why they started.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
we signed,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think they're calling it a park, right? It's just a green space with a
Yeah,
walking
but
trail.
it's supposed to be like a running park or something, I think that's what they said, but it's not, they're gonna call it something.
Cause it's under the power
Yeah.
line, so they
Yeah.
don't want anybody like sitting there and,
Or you don't want kids playing there.
We can't have kites.
I know, it might be a little shocking.
I think they did it
all
mostly
got
to
jokes
just
today.
make it a little bit more beautiful.
Attractive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can do
It'll
that.
look nice. I mean, it's
Oh,
gonna look
for
nice
sure.
being green, for sure.
Definitely.
My goal is to. Ted loved the natural look. I want more green. So I
I want more
really,
RV spots down here.
no, I get it. Yep.
So, yeah,
I want more
I'd say
money.
first step is to get a survey, cause
Yeah.
we're gonna need a needs assessment from our
Mhm.
community, right, of what
Yeah.
they want. Cause at the end of the day, we can all want all these things too, but they need to say yes, or we're not gonna have a
I
chance.
feel like
Yeah.
some of this needs to be sent home to parents with the kids in school, like they did, like the chamber did for, Name Our Town.
Mhm.
Yeah. That worked out. I know we went through those the other day and they got us for the motto.
Yeah, tomorrow, yeah,
Yep.
that's good.
So.
it's interesting.
They could bring some more financials for us as well. I mean, I know that obviously, we're talking about another bond, but eventually that could be some sort of
So
revenue.
would we be charging people to come in and use that
Okay,
besides,
well, okay.
like only for
You
parties?
gotta remember
or-
the bond stuff, that the bonds are used to pay for the facility, to get that paid off. It's not for the operating costs,
Maintenance.
none of that. That's totally a
That's what
separate.
I'm saying, are
Yeah.
we gonna have to charge people to use?
Oh, sure.
it, Like the
Sure.
rec center?
It'll be part of their membership fees.
Mm.
So it would have to be that way. If we rent it out to, had
Quinceañeras.
yeah, like
Wedding.
quinceañeras, it'd be a perfect place for like quinceañeras in that sense, small quinceañeras. Because I know some of those get pretty big. The last few I've been to, it's just like, oh my goodness.
They're
So-
bigger than-
It's just really hard because you're the board is, we're sitting here on a negative budget on that rec center, knowing that the park is what's floating it,
Mm,
right? And then you're asking us
to look at,
like, oh, hey, let's go out for more money to build another one that's gonna take up. It's gonna need to be staffed, it's gonna still need to be maintained with a janitor and.
Well, I think-
Those classes aren't gonna pay for that.
Well, I
and
think the
so-
first though would have to be the expansion, like you get.
Well, that's what I was just getting at.
To expand. and then-
Right,
And then,
so are we
There's-
looking at an expansion first? Because then we'd have the revenue to do the O and M on the other one? Because
That's a good,
that, if that's the case, then the survey would be, you might put that
10
in with BCDA because they, that might be something that's 7 years out versus a park expansion being 5 years out.
Well, I
You know.
personally think the rec center was built not adequate. The words, cause you need to hold swimming meets, too small. Indoor, you couldn't actually run indoor if the windows weren't fragile that they could break. Like it should have
I
been,
mean, you could do indoor for kids.
yeah, little
not
kids,
adults.
adults, no.
I
But like
wouldn't
you
even
could have
do
done
indoor
more,
for
but I
high
feel like it was built too small. To compete with things like, I know people talked about when it was first being built about doing, there was gonna be swimming tournaments or something there and we can't do that because it's too small.
No, no. No, never did we ever advertise that we were gonna have, we knew right from the get-go that that pool was not big enough to have tournaments.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they take some stuff away? Cause I remember I talked to,
well, there was, I know that it got shortened up
yeah,
and it also got a lane cut out of it. From the
Yeah, 'cause I
original
know-
plans.
maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't
That's
made,
what makes it
maybe the
not
board
allowed
didn't design it, but
Correct.
I know people were talking about making a swim team and doing stuff like that and.
Well, you have a swim team, you just can't have any beach there
Yeah.
because it's not a legal size pool.
Correct.
So, and that is still the plan is to get us a swim team going, you know,
Mhm.
so it's gonna happen.
I mean, right now, we're the only facility that has even a pool where the other places can come practice during the winter time.
Yeah,
It's
cause the
either
other one shut,
YMCA in Walla Walla or.
yeah, cause the rest
They all
shut down,
Yeah.
they're all,
Pendleton,
Pendleton, Hermiston.
Mhm.
We did know, like, that was never put out to the public that we were gonna have. That we were gonna be able to hold tournaments. That was ideal at
I
the
think
beginning when they
people
did the survey,
assume-
Oh, okay.
but not once we got going.
Well, I think for this whole thing, like, we really need to think, what does the next 10 or 15 years looks like?
Right.
Because it kind of,
Right.
like, I've been on the board for a couple, like, almost 2 years now, and it seems like we just kind of keep going in this cycle where we're not actually making any headway forward.
Okay.
Right, we're just finally maintaining, or like trying to recover.
Right.
And so we have to think that way, or like expansion, we keep talking about, it. I know, you get that.
No, this is the parks plan. This was made in 2012. And it's a 10-year plan that it's in the plan right now it was this last year, it was supposed to go, it was 2012-13 was the first year of this. And so last year, this should have been the plan should have been remade. And Ted broke it down every year, what the major priorities were for each year, on this.
Well, and Ted knew that the expansion was the key to the additional income that
Mhm.
allows for us to then create a bigger district,
So
right?
It is our-
I am
yeah, that's-
working with the
that's-
city
yeah.
in developing
We have to
a
have
new
that.
10-year plan for us, to have our master plan, for the park, for parks, for our district. And so I've been working with
How much-
Carla.
How much is in our budget already for the park expansion? Do we have 2 million, 3 million? Do you know? I can't remember. Does anybody remember?
I've got it. I have.
So instead of trying to focus to making a complex, why don't we focus on expanding the park that I know,
I think that's what you.
yeah,
Well, I think when we do the survey on Monday
BCDA.
with people, let's see what the community wants.
Yeah.
And it really comes down, what does the community want? And I'm not saying that's the only means of getting input from them. I think we spend, 6 weeks here trying to really get, what do people want? Go through the schools, get the flyers out to parents. We go through every means that we can, from seniors. One thing from the conference I went to was the seniors group. That's tied in with ORPA, the Oregon Recreation and Parks Association. And that was a big group. I didn't realize how big of a group it was, the seniors. And they're under recreation. I'm going, we're not taking over the senior center, anything like that. That's not, I'm on their board, because that is an area I feel very passionate that we can help out for our seniors.
Yeah, we really need.
So
to-
why don't we yeah, why don't we do the survey and then that'll give us an idea of how big of a facility the public wants, right? And then we can take that and anticipate our O and M, because we already have a huge facility that, if you take the pool out of it, then it may not be as bad as we think. And then we'll know, like, yeah, can we take it, or do we need to do the park expansion first to help pay for it,
Okay.
right?
Or should we do some of these things at the senior center? Like the cooking classes, like the sewing classes, I mean, you can do all that at the senior center already.
Well, that's a positive point there too. So I know I can tell you about learning about the finances and bonds and stuff. Boardman is the place right now to do a bond. Okay, just because of the businesses that are here, they will end up paying 70% of a bond right now. And
It's only
that's a
gonna get
selling
better.
point.
It is a selling point, but we still need to be able to pay for that
Oh,
facility.
totally.
Well, but that's why I want to expand the park in this process. And we keep putting $200,000, every year we put a couple $100,000 into our park expansion, guess what? The cost of building it has gone up, probably that
Sure.
amount, so we're never gaining on the process, we just need to get it done.
So is that what you meant then on here, is basically when you're saying go out for a bond, you'd be doing a bond
I
to
want a
do
bond to
the,
expand this,
okay,
do what we need at the rec center and build this complex that we can do, and I don't think that if you've ever been to a boys and girls club, it's a glorified pool barn, most of them, at least the ones I've been in. They're basically a couple basketball courts, so they can play their youth basketball, volleyball, and then they have like a concession area, kitchen area off the side. The old gym at the reservation in Pendleton has kind of that setup. It's not as big probably as it needs to be at the end. But you can do a lot of different stuff. But if you put them all together, because like I said, if you go to Pendleton or Hermiston, they have 5 elementaries that have gyms. We don't have that. And we're gonna be closer to Pendleton and Hermiston side in the next 20 years than
Yeah.
we're
I
going
went to
backwards.
the Pendleton
So if we
Middle
wait
School.
till we need those gyms, we're still 5 to 7 years out. If we don't start the ball rolling now, we're gonna fall far. I mean, we can barely, I don't think we have enough gym space, because I know people can't get in when they want it. And we're really hampering our membership by
So-
doing what we're doing through Exeter, which I think is a good thing. But it's gonna hurt our membership at some point when those people can't play basketball from 4 to 7.
so let's reflect in the minutes that the goal would be to have a bond that's going to build a structure plus put in our,
I would
Our
say,
park
I
expansion.
would also, want to throw, we really need to put in an indoor facility for indoor soccer.
can we get a bond for park expansion?
Yes,
You can, okay.
yes. Yeah, that was one of the points from one of the sessions I took. He was very specific on how the different bonds, the levies, what can be used for what.
And I agree with you, if we could, and that's where the survey is gonna come in, but the facility, if you had the ability to do indoor soccer. And then, I don't know if you wonder on them, have it be the same building, but that, the community's been asking for that.
To me,
Even
that's,
when we
that's
built the
huge.
rec
Or-
center.
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah,
think you
that's
can
what-
construct the 2 basketball courts, you don't put windows in them, you put nice heavy duty doors in
Yeah.
it. You just construct it with the idea we're gonna be kicking indoor soccer
Yeah.
balls in here.
Yeah,
Which the average gym is not put together with that mindset.
right,
Cause I know, wasn't that
Playing
part of the
soccer, it's
plan
on
to
turf.
do the indoor soccer in that facility? I remember that.
If
Not-
you go
not in
to
this one, no.
Tri-Cities, they actually
they,
have the floor, like it's like
The
concrete,
They said
but
it
we
would
do it
hold-
here
the
in,
floor would hold
here
that.
again at the IES,
Facility
it's
would
just a
hold that.
dirt floor.
Just like a wood floor,
Mhm.
so you don't play indoor at all on turf?
Not here, no, you have to go to Washington, Tri-Cities. Or
Um,
outlook.
Where?
if we're gonna put a survey out there though too, definitely get an idea of,
That's
and
outdoors.
for us too. On
70
how much that,
personnel.
or approximate $1 million range on what our park expansion was gonna cost us. The last I knew, I thought it was like 7.
I
Was it
still have that
7?
turf at home.
Putting all the pavement in.
Yeah, like all the infrastructure, sewer, power, all that. I was thinking it was like 7,
Okay, I will
but,
find that cost.
and Ted might remember that
Yeah.
number.
Yep.
So, when I first got here,
Yeah,
23 years ago, I sat in this room when they were talking about building a rec center or trying to get a rec center going. And I made the comment to them, I said, one, I don't have time to come to these meetings, because it goes from too many things. But I said, when you build this, you need to present it as a Taj Mahal, have every bells and whistle on it. Because by the time we get the plan, put it to the voters, they vote on it, we get the money, we build. If you only ask for the bare minimum, you're not gonna have enough to finish the bare minimum. You wanna have built within that bond a bunch of fluff, so when you have to cut, because it's 2 years later, you don't, and that's kind of what happened to the rec center.
Yeah.
I don't think they listened to me.
No, I think we did.
And,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I-
we,
because you look at the plans, I look at the plans that they presented out. I mean, there was supposed to be a running deck.
yeah,
on
running deck
top.
up above.
Yeah, and there was a lot more that.
and that's what we
And
need
that's
to
what we
do
gotta
on
do.
this.
The bigger
Same thing.
pool.
Yep. I mean, it was, they had I mean, and that's the part we talk about is that. Feel like that is a concern that the bond, the negative against the bond right now is that people didn't get what they were told about the first
Exactly,
time.
and that.
And
yeah,
so
and that-
we just, I don't want that to happen. That's the big thing. But I think you still gotta my motto has always been, you aim for the cloud, you aim for the stars, you miss, you still land in the clouds.
Yeah.
We still want something that is so good that the people love it, what they come to. So, and I think we have a great facility up there as it is. But we're just it's too small already. So, okay, I'll get this survey worked up. I will send it to each of you individually. And so that you can throw input back if you think something else, as well. And then get it out to your people. This is the big thing I'm gonna ask you guys is get it out to all your friends and stuff so that you can get input on things for the district. Well, I don't want it to just rely that people are gonna, look at, we don't have anybody that watches this right now. This is not a big major meeting for people to get input on. But if they know that we're doing stuff that's gonna, I think they would get more involved. So I'm really hoping next week is gonna be successful.
Yeah, just be as transparent as possible. That's the thing,
Right,
is
yep.
with some of the other things that have been pro, there, sometimes we're not, like, we need to be very upfront with people, like, we have to get this bond to expand this, so then we financially can take care of the other
Correct.
facilities. Like,
Correct.
they need to know that,
Yeah, the
like, they
extra,
need to know that this is this is what drives the rec center for even being around right now.
yeah, the extra 5 million that we need is
I think
is for
people,
us.
I think people would be really surprised to know, like, how much money we make down here.
Well, the other part, that CREZ, the money we get from CREZ and the money we get from taxes, those are here, CREZ and our taxes. It's huge. And that CREZ money, I mean, I'm so grateful for any penny they give us.
Right.
So,
All right, annual financial report.
okay, you guys now have a copy. This is the official copy that was sent to the state.
And we only had one deficiency,
Yep.
but that was cleared already, like I said.
That's
the
already been
last
taken
meeting.
care of. And I told you before, Shelby did a great job of having the records ready. And she's done a great job of getting things financial person. I'm really happy that Shelby is there. Having her gone the last 2 weeks has been super hard, but she was very good. If there's a problem, we call her, she was able to take care of any problems for us. And she does an awesome job. For us.
On to district reports. So are you saying that our Unitech has allowed you to fix your voicemails?
Yep, voicemails are up
I
and
know, I
running.
called right
Oh.
away.
You actually get the right
You
person?
can get the right person.
Weird.
Okay, but that's not, we still have problems with this because we still are losing calls. Or, part of it is, the customers want to talk to a live person.
Mhm.
We talked about that today, because we had a presentation from another phone company. And we would probably be dropping Unitech. They are not customer service building for us. So, and that's, to me, that's our biggest thing is the customer service. So, so we're, but the phones are set right. Not only do I get to be the face, I am now the voice.
I know, I was
If you
like.
listen to the voice, it's me. Yeah, maybe, I tried to get Brad to do it, but
I know.
he bailed out on me real quick. So, but we've, it's up and running correctly now. There's one major change we've got to do, and we got to put the rec center. Someone once called me. It's crazy, the phone calls that come in. We're gonna make the rec center be when on the trunk line. So that they get, because they always want to hit the first one. Whatever is number one, they're gonna hit, a lot of customers just hit that one, thinking they're gonna get to a person. Well, our hours being 5:30 to 8, we got someone at the front desk that they can talk to someone. And then if it's 4, someone down here, they can transfer it easily to us and explain to the person that, hey, there's no one there at this, at 8 o'clock and 7 o'clock at night, there's no one in the office to answer your phone, but you can leave a message and they'll get you the next morning. That way they still get that human touch. So good customer service, I think.
Can you tell me who's running the December 4th meeting? It just says it's a community meeting.
It
Who's
is,
running it?
I'm actually the one running it.
Oh,
Okay, BCD is
gathered it?
supporting it. What's that?
who gathered it?
I
Who's the
did,
gatherer?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
You
I-
initiated it.
I did initiate it.
Okay.
Tori at the chamber has been a good help for me on that.
Good, okay.
And working with Tori at the chamber, I can tell you, we have mended the relationships that got broken there. So, and they've been phenomenal to work with.
Reservations will open on December 1st.
Yep,
Mhm.
this Friday, or it's Thursday night, well, midnight, on the 1st. And so, and everything's online. So when people
No
call,
more.
it's no more letters, receiving
Okay,
letters.
Everything's
Everything,
online.
it's all.
No more napkins?
There's
No more packages?
Yeah, there's,
No more whiskey.
yeah, it's all online now. If they call in, on
Why would they
the
do it
1st,
home?
well, I'm sure it is. People, they understand that it's getting close and they're trying to sneak in, and we're not letting anyone call in, say, and open on the 1st at midnight. So, and I can guarantee,
And people are gonna answer the phones at midnight?
no,
Oh, wait,
it's all online, online.
Okay.
Yeah, now, if someone calls in during work hours and they want us to do a reservation, yep, we can do that, but not
There's
till
a
after the
lot of
1st.
older people that don't do that.
Yep. We got that. But if we're one of the latter ones in the state of Oregon to go to all online. There are
Well,
so many
good,
other
though.
RV spot sites that it's all,
Right.
everything's been online for them.
All right.
So,
I see we're all winterized. That's great. And the gymnasium floor,
we're gonna take you up there as soon as we're done. And let you take a look at it.
I walked it this morning.
So, and your thoughts?
I'm still getting over the Umatilla blue in the pool.
Are you kidding me? You put Umatilla blue?
We matched the coloring of the pool tile.
I don't care. I wanted to look psychedelic. That's from the other side.
Well, that building is already psychedelic in my opinion.
I had to give the lifeguard a hard time. What's the head guard's name?
Josh,
He's
What?
the aquatic.
aquatic coordinator,
What's his name?
Josh.
John. I said, you tell George I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I had a text from George by 8 o'clock. Well, you not like our fellow? I said, no, I don't go to school.
So
in Umatilla."
we'll go up there.
We're not
as soon as-
Nissa.
Now, nope, not saying we're
We're
Nissa.
trying to
I
look at
just
Nissa.
matched the color that was,
It looked really good.
we'll take a look at it here just a
But
little
it
bit.
needs to be fixed. But
Does
that's
anybody
not my
else-
full-time.
You gotta know this.
I don't.
I sent emails out to
Oh, you did?
both of us, all the,
Okay, so you understand
not
that?
the board,
Oh, not the
the-
board.
At the
the
community.
community, and
Okay.
so.
We
they
have,
to-
the problem they did, the material they used to keep it non-slick. I don't think they put enough, would you say, Brad?
Well, I think they put it in the coating of the paint and then when they sealed it, the sealer kind of took the silica strip off of it.
Yeah,
Wasn't that the whole point of?
that was the whole purpose. So we had a person within 4 hours slip, cut their knee. So that the company's coming back on Thursday. And they're gonna fix it. So, but I mean,
So it doesn't need to be closed tomorrow.
no, not tomorrow.
Oh, it's open
It's still
tomorrow?
open right now. It's just closed Thursday through.
Thursday
Read
through
that
Sunday.
email, correct, reading comprehension, what am I got?
Yeah, so this was, I'm ticked about it, but when I did the final check on it, we walked through. But it couldn't be wet. So when this happened yesterday, I go up there and they share this with me, and then I took the lifeguard and I took him out there and said, get your feet wet and get on the surface. How's this compared to what it was before? It's slicker now when it gets wet. And it's like,
Because it's everywhere instead of before. It was just.
We're gonna trust that you're gonna handle that
yep,
with a
but
good
just
stern
give you a heads
voice.
up on it. So,
All right, anything else on your report here? This board?
the
do you have
big
any
things, like. The big thing I would say is we got all the sporting things going. We got the calendar events. Through January on page 18 there. We've got, if you just go through that, that's your big thing on there. You can see what Brad has done for the maintenance. I mean, he's been swamped, and right now it's just him and his worker. I'm saying names left and right today. The maintenance director is doing a great job. Sorry, Shelby. It's just
That's funny.
the amount of work that has happened is just overwhelming to me. It's just, I was amazed. I'm amazed at how much work has to go in here. And so,
I know Josh and Jacob, even before we did all that maintenance, they really stepped up.
Yep.
Like today I went in and Jacob was
a lot of people.
laying
A lot
down
of
the
our
locker
workers.
room, and it's just little things like that I appreciate.
Yep.
A
And
big
we've got,
facility.
our janitors that we have right now are just,
Mhm.
they're rocking it.
Are we open on Sundays?
No,
No, not
Well, then
current.
why did we make isn't the 31st on a
It is,
Sunday?
it is.
Oh.
I just, yep,
but we could-
I was making sure
Close that day anyway.
we are close on
Okay.
the 31st.
Just making sure we were paying attention.
Checking you out.
Reading
Got
all
it.
your stuff.
All right,
Same with the 24th.
yeah, I caught that, which is why I questioned things first. All right.
Okay.
What is this whole board member reports for number 10?
That is for you guys. When I'm going out to the meetings, there's an opportunity for the board to, if there's anything you want to report back on, anything you want to share with the, so that's what that is.
Oh, okay, I think we'd have to, do that under new business or other business. if we were
I know
going
when I
to do
looked at the agendas, it was just a separate at the end, like if you go to the city council. The city council and each have a slot in there at the end for them to report before the mayor gives his report.
something.
So. I
All
thought,
right.
yeah, should be able to give a,
So I wanna see the restroom deep cleaned before summer, before we open them.
these ones down here, yeah, and see there, that's another, I want that, I want a new.
Not just paint
So-
over it. I want them clean.
Did we, bring in a outhouse at the boat dock area? We did that last year.
It's on there.
Yeah, yeah, I know Shelby, I asked Shelby to do that a couple weeks ago, so I will double check, cause with her being gone, I don't know if it actually got done. And it got ordered. I'll find out. Porta potty.
I'm good.
All right, I actually had this already, so I'm gonna have you put this in your shredder.
Okay.
Okay,
I can do that.
all right, if there is no other business, then
Christmas party?
Oh, yeah, you got an invitation there.
Sunday?
It is a Sunday. We picked a day where none of the workers are, when everyone is available.
Logo.
Oh, yeah, I got one more thing I got to show you. Well, yeah, I'm gonna show you. Currently, this is the logo that we have. This is just the black and white version of it, and that's what we just have in this right now. So we have, pop up, there are actually a lot of logos that I've had her work on. And this one's not, there, none of this is complete stuff, but it's stuff that she, concepts and stuff. I'm just gonna I'm gonna show you all of them.
Is it just everybody's going for new logos nowadays?
Well, that was one of my things when I first started, so, and if you look, that's our. Yeah, sailboat, fishing, trees for the park, the water tower, I'm kinda. You don't like the water tower?
No. The city of Boardman is the water tower.
I get that, I get
We
that,
are the park.
I get that.
But we're
Yep.
still part of the city of Boardman.
Maybe we want a zip line.
We're not the part of the city. We are in the city of Boardman, but too many people confuse us with the city of Boardman.
That is true, I get that. So, I'll just keep going through it.
That's just my opinion, sorry, just my opinion.
It's all right.
You gonna have one anymore?
Yeah, only when I come here. That looks like you could,
I feel like that one needs a little bit more of something else.
it's very,
That's fine, I'm just,
if I was selling knives, I think that would.
I
look
can't believe
great.
you're even asking me for my interior decorating.
What? It reminds me of like a manly, I'm selling
I like that.
sporting
Not
goods
that,
or knives or something.
Go back. And that one's kinda,
I don't like that one.
Look like aliens.
Who asked
under the
you?
trees.
okay, this is the border of the city limits. Okay,
Nobody's gonna know
I know
that.
that, I know that. We also have,
But they might ask what's that and you'll tell them that's the border of the
yeah,
city
the
limits.
conversation started right there.
Yeah.
So this is,
They're gonna
this
be like,
what's
Morrow
that?
County
I
changed
know, I
its
thought it was.
This is-
boundaries.
this is our district border. And there's the city of Boardman right there in there.
I thought
Okay.
that was a campground.
Yeah.
I swear.
There's part of the river, yeah. Nope.
But you just called it the-
I like our current
Old now.
Boardman, those look like aliens.
Those look like.
There it is.
That's probably the best one out of all of them,
Oh, I love
except
that
that we don't
one.
know
That
those
was
kind of
neat.
trees
I like
there,
the
but
dark.
I,
I like the darker one.
Yeah, the darker one. It makes
You like the
colors
darker
pop.
and dark,
Both.
not that one, you like that one?
I like
But do
that
we
one.
really have pine trees all?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do, yeah, we do. We got
Pick up
plenty.
pine needles every day.
Yeah.
is that an RV over there by the boat?
Yeah.
Yep. RV, boat, and then different
That
sports.
was a topic, right?
It could be, that too.
No,
That's funny.
We are known for that too, we are known for
I
that
know.
too.
The
so-
fry truck.
so. All right,
Yeah, I like
That's
that
cool.
one.
so those are some examples of, but
Mhm.
I understand the tower one.
That one's the only one I like.
This is what,
Can I send you some?
sure, you still have some ideas.
Why don't we do what the city did on the model? Put it out to the community.
Sure, there's nothing wrong with that, that's just one of the,
As long
I
as they
feel
know
like
we
that
may not
one-
pick one of theirs.
Yeah, I feel
Like
like
we don't have
that,
to be
Well, they
obligated to
won't
pick
know.
one.
They won't know.
it
That's
just,
Oh,
true.
true. Good point.
I mean,
I just don't want them to
that
say
could be
like,
happening
who's
for the
the
city.
originator
You know,
of
we don't
that?
know.
Yeah. And where's our current one? Our current park one, not the rec center. The rec center is a very childish one.
the toothpaste.
Yeah, I don't like
But,
it,
yeah,
and I think that's
but
what,
I like our Boardman Park one.
this one,
Yeah, it's this one.
yeah,
Yeah,
our board.
I don't mind that
Yeah.
one.
I don't.
Ours is good.
definitely.
But are you trying to just change the rec center one? Is that what you're
think we're
doing?
trying
No,
to
no,
make
no,
it
we're
all
trying to
more
do,
inclusive.
we're trying
Combine
to make
it
it.
one.
Yeah, one, because that's the whole thing, we're trying to make it,
Okay, then just
everything.
add
yeah.
little,
When it's a logo
Stuff under
like that, then you're gonna have, go back to that one that had the 3 different images, you're gonna have that on a t-shirt?
no, that looks weird. To
Yeah.
me, it looks weird, the 3 different things. I mean, it's nice, but I wouldn't want to wear
I
it.
honestly, I wouldn't mind you changing the park logo.
Again, who asked you?
You know what, Christian, now that you're here, I gotta complain about Norma.
Do it, do it.
Like, I see that on letterhead and on a sign, but I can't see that on somebody's, what
See,
they're wearing or
No.
a hat.
so,
Or
I mean, if you combine the new one and just add like,
it's like an advertisement you see on TV, not necessarily.
cause it's like
Right.
separate, 3 different separate, and then the fish.
Well, we gotta think,
Well,
we got
this is
three,
what-
we
that's
got
what
3
we are,
separate
though.
entities.
That's what-
You got,
But it just doesn't
The-
look right.
But I do like it.
Yeah, I
I
like
just can't,
it.
I
it
can't
doesn't-
see it on somebody's shirt, I guess.
If they could put all those things on the old one, like maybe on the little waves. I don't know.
It's a good
Wish I
start,
mirror
though.
my hat.
well,
It's a good
We're working on it.
start.
This is exactly why I have no opinions, because everybody
I have
comes
too
look
many.
at that artwork and differently,
Sure.
and I just wanna play ball, I don't care what I look at.
Okay.
Spend more time worried about what you look like, you get your, you know what, yeah.
I
I don't.
don't think I have anything else to share with you. I think I covered everything.
You covered everything.
Yeah.
Christmas party, got your invite, U+1,
When do you need to know by?
Can I bring
next
kids?
week on the 6th,
One,
okay? And just, you guys just contact me.
What day is the 10th even on?
It's on a Sunday.
Oh, okay.
You know, we wanted to do, we'll have dinner at 5.
Does Steelers play the night game that week?
What's that?
Does Steelers play the night game?
I didn't answer that. I didn't look at that.
Who's
but-
making the dinner?
That's what I was
We're
gonna
doing, we'll have pulled pork. I got Lauren Dieter doing that. And I got the Dieters involved.
You didn't have the senior center cater, you're
No,
rude.
we're using the
They're
senior center.
probably busy.
We're doing.
I
it at the
talked,
senior
I
We're
talked
doing
to
it at the
Teresa. I don't think Teresa was even wanting to, she said, we
Maybe
don't
they-
usually use this facility on Sundays.
They use it for church.
So, yeah, I
That's
mean,
why
we
we're
can't,
gonna-
yeah, we're after
until
3
3.
o'clock for them. So, we're gonna have a potato bar with pulled pork. And we have, and Cindy Dieter is gonna make cupcakes. For that.
Very nice.
They will
Well, I
be
think
there.
that's great
Oh,
for them.
that's gonna be great.
So they invited the whole staff?
Yeah, I'll list out. Yep,
Yeah.
they'll get the announcements.
And you'll have like a
We're doing,
for sure thing on your staff?
Is
the
everybody-
numbers.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Is
Yep.
your whole
Because
staff,
I'm gonna threaten them. If they don't show up, taking out a paycheck. No.
is the whole staff gonna fit senior center? Is it? Yeah.
We
it's
have
tiny.
29.
You don't have any around.
Somebody
Yeah, we got 29 staff right now.
Over 100.
Yeah,
29
they'll
staff.
fit.
Oh, I thought we had more than that.
So we're gonna do a white elephant gift. We got a couple games we're gonna play. So. it'll be
Do I have to play the game?
Can we play Loteria?
Yeah.
Prizes?
Thanks.
We're doing, well, I
sounds
think
fun.
we're going to.
So,
the
all
move
right,
on Latrina because it was
Good.
supposed to be on the same.
Ready.
as the previous meeting.
so we go down to the
6.
rec center.
Oh, I don't even have to have one, right?
Um,
Didn't you tell me I don't have to have one?
You don't have to.
I should
You do
have
just-
said
I'm
that.
wondering if
Yeah.
we should
Are we ready?
Tuesday or
We're
something.
done.
Done.
We're done.
So
What
turn
are
it
you
off.
guys?
7:17.
Wait,
7:17.
what are we doing?
Let me go turn it off.
We're going to the rec center real quick?
Yep.
All right.
I know. I told him because I have a type since it's already out.
Where is it at?
Okay, who else is going to the rec?
Not me, I already lived there.
I'll give it
Keep
5 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, hey, I'm still recording. I'm still recording till I figure out how to turn it off.
We're still only giving it 5 minutes.
Pull the plug. Pull the plug.